don't steal. The government is corrupt. They don't steal. They can lie. They can kill. They say 100 days they will enter in the country with NGO. We don't see the NGO. The government are rogue. Joseph Bata can steal. All criminal. Majetola, he don't steal. The government is corrupt. They don't steal. They can lie. They can kill. They say 100 days they will enter in the country with NGO. We don't see the NGO. The government are rogue. Joseph Bata can steal. All criminal. Majetola, he don't steal. The government is corrupt. They don't steal. They can lie. They can kill. They say 100 days.
Members of the press, I am glad that I have live this morning to be here with you to respond to the assertions made by the Director General of the Civil Service. In his briefing to the Liberian people, he informed the Liberian people that former Speaker J. Fernandez Kofa defrauded the government of Liberia of over $1.5 million United States dollars. The fresh misinformation placed in the public that I want to dispel and re-inform the public that at no point in time the supplementary payroll originated during the administration of J. Fernandez Kofa. We came and we met supplementary payroll. So, Mr. Josiah Joket, as you said, that supplementary payroll because you decided to disagree with Fernandez Kofa with $327,000 were varying $43,000. On that basis, it led to the establishment of supplementary payroll that is lied, is misleading, is malicious, is baseless, and is criminal. I want to categorically reject that. The second aspect, you also inform the public that 285, maybe 84,000, little over 284,000 United States dollars worth the payroll of the House of Representatives, which he refused, according to him, to approve, that led to the establishment of supplementary payroll. I want to again inform him that after the reform process that were established by J. Fernandez Kofa, we were able to identify several ghost names on the payroll that he's speaking to. And he was informed that those individuals, in fact, some of the people, pictures were provided, that some of those people were dead individuals on the payroll, and we thought it was not proper for him to pay on that payroll. That exercise reduced our payroll from 284,000 United States dollars with 276,000 United States dollars. Josiah Joket arrogantly, disrespectfully refused that he was informed that we were hunting partisans of the Unity Party. On that basis, he was never going to stop paying on that payroll. All of you are aware that led to several altercations between the CSA and the Honorable House of Representatives. That led to a conversation with the President of the Republic of Liberia. And we told him, Article 89 is very clear. Josiah Joket did not have any authority to determine the kind of payroll we use or we do not use. He was trying to use the House of Representatives to showcase himself another way, which he did not have the capacity to do. Even against the constitutional provision that we should have a Civil Service Commission, we advised the President that he did not have authority, but the President was misinformed and he decided to support Josiah Joket to carry on that malicious exercise. He paid on that payroll consistently. So when you talk about somebody defrauding the government of Liberia, who decided to do it? We inform you that there were individuals on the payroll, some of them were dead.
We shall ensure transparency and justice by recovering public assets that were wrongfully acquired and to deter future corruption through legal accountability. The vision of AREP, the scope of AREP, what are our bounds? By law, AREP was established and announced to investigate suspected corrupt acts related to public asset theft, trace and identify stolen and suspicious assets in and around the country, prosecute on behalf of the government of Liberia to recover stolen assets, collaborate with law enforcement agencies, integrated institutions, and international partners. Now the mandate of AREC as enshrined in Executive Order 145.
Thank you.
The tax mandate is legally empowered to do the following: identify and trace all Liberia stolen access, the suspicious access within and outside the borders of Liberia. Constitute investigative panel to probe into suspicious and illegally acquired assets of the Republic of Liberia. Constitute an effective and robust legal team, research and investigative panel as required to assist in effectively carrying out his mandate. Initiate criminal and civil litigation. Achievements. This is the foundation upon the letter that was extended to us. Our achievement as of April 2025, because of the sensitive nature that is related to security concerns, I will not call names. I will not call the name of the cases and location, but I'll give you the numerical composition the achievement does make.
That's what you're saying. Information.
That's the law.
Why? They stop here.
28 active investigations that include high-profile corruption cases have been launched, covering the following.
That's not an achievement, though.
Police are getting mentioned.
Corporate entities, corporate entities, business institutions, private individuals, current and former officials of government. The fact here is that AREC was successful enough to have acquired these cases under its jurisdiction, and we were fortunate with the level of evidence gathering, intelligence, and surveillance that we conducted on the cases. We were able to now pin down those that are involved, the institution that are involved, the amount that are involved as to the theft, misapplication, and economic sabotage. We believe, honorable members, honorable presiding officer, that this is an achievement for the Liberian people for the mere fact that we were able to bring 27 cases that borders on theft and economic sabotage and are now undergoing investigation. As we speak, the names that we cannot call, are currently being invited at the AREC headquarters and are now answering questions. Out of the 27 cases, 17 cases are nearing completion for court litigation. GOL land that have been encroached upon. GOL land and properties that have been encroached upon have been traced and identified. Guys,
please give the witness chairs go
in your
serious matter. Please.
Honorable presiding officer, honorable deputy presiding officer, co-presiding, members of the 55th legislature, as you may be aware, the government of Nigeria from the past have been owning some properties in the lands. Those days they were referred to as convenient land. And those properties now in the rural counties are being encroached upon by private citizens and private individuals. So AREC in this investigative capacity managed to identify those lost land that have been encroached upon.
Some of them have reached retirement age. Some people on the payroll was as old as my age, 52, 51 years old. And we believe that those individuals should no more be in the employ of the House of Representatives. Now, Josiah Joker decided now to decide if we cannot agree for him to pay on that payroll. He would not pay on any other payroll submitted to him. That brought the GT Bank into serious confrontation between the House of Representatives and the government of Liberia. Fast forward, we decided that in the interest of coordination and peace, the Speaker advised that we should let everything go. And we allowed that. As of October last year, we got attacked by colleagues of our honor, the directive of the now Speaker Richard Kuhn when he was controlling the illegal removal of J. Funanti Kofa. All of you know where the process led to, and we resisted. We stood our ground that the process was fraud, the process was criminal, and Richard Kuhn was reduced to accepting that process, and he sat on the floor, and he was called Richard Nangwe Kuhn, representative of Mosorado County, and elections were conducted, and he won that process. Now, for Josiah Joker to come in the public, again, one of the misinformation he provided, there was nothing that the government of Liberia was being defrauded by the House of Representatives. When we have our budget, go to the 2024 budget under the House of Representatives. We have other compensation like the Senate does. On other compensation, we have $800,000 placed there. Now, if we have 43,000 variant, that 43,000, if you time it by 6-7 months, in fact, we all will have a difference of that 800,000 or 200,000. So Josiah Joker, I mean, enough is enough. You need to leave Funanti Kofa name alone. And I challenge him. One of the fourth things he said was, there are individuals who are on the payroll who are talking about protest. I mean, I want to inform those individuals that bravo and thank you for standing up, even though you are on government payroll, as Josiah Joker is saying, or was on government payroll, and you have decided to protest against the unconstitutionality of these government actions across the country, and that is good and it's applaudable. Because there is no law that says if you are affiliated with a political party, Josiah Joker is not reading the Constitution of this republic. It's clear that all Liberians have the right to jobs, opportunities, despite your political affiliation. Not because Honorable Marvin Cole comes from the CDC and he should not be placed on the payroll of the House of Representatives. There's nothing criminal about that. And you're not going to make news about that. So I want to tell those individuals, and I encourage Josiah Joker to publish those names that he's referring to. When you lose information and innovation, you will continue to be, you will just be recycling yourself. That is what happened at the CSA. He has lost jurisdiction over the CSA. He has no idea. So he goes to the press briefing. He wants to talk about the former Speaker, J. Funanti Kofa. I challenge him, and I'm going to provide you payrolls today so that you can look at it. From October last year, who been controlling the payroll? It's Josiah Joker and his illegal group of people. At the time, Richard Kuhn was the head of the rebel and gangs. Those are the people and the payroll he was consistently approving. Was it under the domain of Funanti Kofa? No. And let me say something very important. When the Supreme Court ruled in this country on December 6th that all and every action that were taken by these guys was not inconsistent with Article 33 and 49, were ultra-virus, that means unconstitutional, illegal, and they came by April 14 and they reiterated that position. Josiah Joker team were here operating with those people. If this is a man who want to talk about law, he who preaches everything must come with clean hands. You are disrespecting the court. And Josiah Joker, I can tell you, Joseph Boga is not going to be president for life in this country. You will be prosecuted for disrespecting the Supreme Court. So there's a caveat to be sent to all of you who think that now this is a God, Lord and gospel in this country. You guys are demagogue. You can do anything and go scot-free. You are going to be brought to justice. So this press conference will be kept and it will be used against you tomorrow. That at the time Supreme Court, they said, Richard Kuhn, you and your people, your authority that you exerted are illegal, unconstitutional. You were at the grounds of the Capitol building, approving and working along with these very people. Then you come, you have the audacity to stand in the public and talk about the defrauded and some of them who names are on the payroll. They're talking about protest. Who told you when people come from the CDC, they don't have the right to talk about protest? Who told you that? You are in this country. Some of the unity partisans, they were on payroll. When they were demonstrating, we were very tolerant. We allowed them to do what they wanted to do. So I don't want to waste time with Josiah Joker because that's a joker. He has no idea. I will encourage him to publish the PPCC procedure he used to acquire the tablets he was using to do his so-called verification, that he decided to contract himself and then pay the money, millions of dollars to himself. So he needs to publish the PPCC procedures and documents and the contract, the documentations of the company that he said he used to acquire those tablets that he used. The civil service have been used as a transit point for criminality. We can say that to you for free. You are also encouraged, Mr. Joker, to publish the current payroll and tell me prior to the election of the House of Representatives, speakership, those payrolls that you approved under whose jurisdiction when the Supreme Court told you that all actions taken by them were illegal and unconstitutional. Why did you do that? It was criminal. When you talk about defrauding the government of Liberia, you are the one who defrauded the government of Liberia because you approved illegal, inconsistent payroll. You decided to waste the Liberian people money, even against the advice that we wrote to and told you some of these people were dead. We provided exhibits, and you refused to listen because you thought you were some kind of demigod, but you are going to be prosecuted. And as you talk about Article 54, I listened to many conversations in the corridor. Nobody in this building would stop me from speaking and making my opinion known. Nobody, absolutely nobody, not even the President of the Republic of Liberia. Until my breath leaves my body, I will continue to speak. Now it's clear that the tree of freedom will always be watered with the blood of the martyrs. Now, you have to have brave men in the community to stand up to the illegal activities in the society. Everybody, the best thing that they can do, either you expel me and you have to have a cause to expel me out of this building, or you suspend me, you have to have a cause. But I know people are cultured with violence and disrespect for the rule of law, so they can do anything. 6 months, I was suspended illegally, and I survived. At the time I was suspended, we were constructing bridges for our people. At the time I was suspended, was said dividing rights. So we have our own capacity to go out of government and do what we want to do. So nobody's going to threaten us, or if they speak anything, we'll suspend them, or we'll do the one. Yes. John Bike said, nothing lasts forever. You can do what you want to do, but we are going ahead of you. We'll sit there and wait for you. Even if you spend 40 years, we'll be here. You will account for everything that you are doing. I want to encourage, and now what is our position? What is it that we are saying? Honorable Richard Kun, even if you are to appoint me as chair on Ways, Means and Finance, I will not accept it. I would never serve on rules, order, and administration under the directive or the jurisdiction of Richard Nangwekun. I would never, ever do it. Let me make that categorically clear. All we are saying, follow the rules. Article 54.1 says, chair and co-chairs are placed on committee for the period of 3 years. That's a tenure position. If you decided to dissolve those committees and reappoint people, I met with the vice president. Let me make that clear. I met with the deputy speaker, and I also spoke to Richard Kun. That look, we have agreed. Come on the floor. We'll assist you to gather for the night, dissolve the committee, and appoint your people, because every leader will want to work with people that you are comfortable with. Now, we don't have a problem with that. But to say you are blatantly and you decided to mob those,
and subsequently the retrieval aspect will be done. Arab 30 suspicious property believed to be built from government stolen funds have been traced and identified and are currently undergoing investigations. Our mandate requires that we look into the issue of suspicious assets. That is, we are under the doctrine of conducting what we call lifestyle audits on former imperial officials of government who have acquired properties that far beyond the legitimized remuneration that have been given to them by government. So in our investigation, we happen to report to you that 30 solid properties suspected solid properties with sufficient evidence in our possession have been traced and identified, and we are now in the process to make sure that those that are being culpable and liable for these suspicious property will be brought for our investigation, and subsequently the law for retrieval will be applied. Our successful collaboration with integrated institutions. Now we are working with integrated institutions, the IAA, the FIA, and that will include the Ministry of Justice, the Liberian National Police, Liberian Revenue Authority, Land Authority, etc. Arab under this government has been successful also to establish international engagements with international partners in Europe and that of the United Kingdom, Great Britain. Today, because of our engagement with international partners, there are tremendous effort being made by our partners in Europe and that of the United Kingdom in tracing Liberia's stolen access to our banking foreign banks. And I'm happy to report that because of the sensitive nature of this achievement, we cannot name the banks, and we cannot name the individuals. But there are progress on the way for the recovery of these stolen assets. These partners are currently working in consultation with Arab to trace, identify, and recover Liberia assets. Arab has engagement with international forensic investigation.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Many thanks to all of you today joining us on the weekend edition of the program. The last time I checked is the issue of corruption masquerading our corridors. The issue last time I checked, corruption has gov or entity or agency of ministry in our country. The last time I checked, our politicians and those who are to mend the gates of our country are no longer politicking for our self-interested people. The last time I checked, Liberians are now no longer concerned about the bread and butter issue. They are concerned about their self-needs. The last time I checked, Liberians are no longer concerned about their country. They are concerned about what goes into their pocket. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Many thanks to all of you joining us on today. Today is 05232025. Today is Friday. And TGIF, thank God, today is Friday. And this is the final edition of the program. The next time you will hear this program will be next week on Monday. A pleasant welcome. Be with us today until 1:30. And this issue, corruption and its group that they get investigated. Corruption is just moving from one end to the extent that if you think that this is a ministry or agency or somebody is performing better, they will be the next person to fall in some sort of hard water. Today, what's coming up, the EPA, on the spotlight, EPA, the one we thought that would not be or is not in such a familiar thing, is up for another thing. And there are debates. Like I said to you, investigation should be the order of the day so that we ascertain or get to understand why or where these things come from. Don't forget, the geometry of the whole must be kept high on the agenda because it involves the majority. And those that come with equity, they must come with clean hands. On today, Friday edition, I am your humble servant. I'm J. Nathaniel B. Va, the ambassador, and I'm here today with Sakandu on this weekend edition of the program. Many thanks to all of you joining us on today. Today in history is a regular feature of our program. We take you as far back as 1430 when Joan of Arc was captured by the Burgundian near the Champagne into France. Today in 1618, the Prague occurred into the response to religious persecution, helping set the stage for the 30 Years' War in history today. In 1706, the Allied Anglo-Dutch forces led by the Duke of Marlborough recorded a major victory over the French at the Battle of the Reminies, a turning point in the War of the Spanish Succession. Today, the 23rd in 1716. Today, in 1707. Good afternoon, a pleasant welcome in history. In 1707, the Spanish botanist and explorer Carlos Linnaeus, the first of the famed principles for defining genera and species of the organisms and to create a uniform system for naming them, was born today into the Rashot in 1707. In 1915, Italy declared war on Austria-Hungary and entering World War I on the side of the Allies. Today in history. Today's in history is a regular feature in our programs where we'll bring you these for your listening pleasure to remind you what has happened into history onto a day-to-day basic. In 1934, Bonnies and Cleats, notorious American outlaws, were killed in a police shootout near the Gippsland into Louisiana today. In 1980, the horror classic The Shining, Stanley Kubrick, fame's adaptation of Stephen King's in 1977 novel, was released in the theaters. It starred Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall in 1980. But today, 23rd, in 2000, the American rapper Eminem released the Marshall Mother EP, which became the fastest selling album into the history of rap. Today, the 23rd of May in 2000. In 2015, the American mathematician John Nash, who won the 1994 Nobel Prize for Economics for his landmark works on the game theories, and who struggled with a paranoid schizophrenia, he died today in 2015 at the age of 86 in history on the 23rd of May. Today, China formally annexed the Tibet as an autonomous region on this day in 1951, giving rise to the Tibetan independence movement, led by the Dalai Lama, winner of the 1989 Nobel Peace Prize, that continued into the early 21st century. Today, in 1951, in history today. Today, have you heard about Captain Kip, the English pirate? He was born today in sea in 1645 into the Greenock, Scotland. He died on the 23rd today of May in 1701 into London, England, and today. And it's a pleasant welcome to all of you on our platform. Remember, we are on YouTube, and also not to leave you out on the history. The Congress is urged on the 23rd, 1947. The Congress is urged by President Harry S. Truman to extend limited portion of his war powers until July 1948 to control domestic use and exports of few critical materials necessary for national interest. On today, follow us on YouTube. We are on Facebook, Cool, at the search handle, KOL at the search handle, and you'll be live with us. Place your comments, your suggestions, your opinions on our platform. We value them. We'll certainly bring it up on the conversations. But don't forget, we're also live on www.knewsonline.com on our online radio across the world. You can follow us wherever you are. And remember, we're in Liberia on 91.9 FM. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Many thanks for all of you on our day, especially today, the weekend edition of the program. And we always love being mesmerized by the most famous conversations of PLO Lubumba. And corruption is a profitable business into Kenya, like he said. But what about Liberia? Let's go listen. Let's go break. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining me. We'll have a comfortable discussion today. And remember, today is what's on your mind. Whatever on your mind today is the day set aside perfectly that you can put it out or forever hold your peace. Remember, we take our break on this day and we want to know what are the thoughts, are the feelings, the thinkings of your mind that we can settle them. We have a settle down point, or government can see the need to have a take home action for you. But besides that, we'll take a look at the corruption issue today. While we are talking about no car, we're talking about commerce, we're talking about LDA, we're talking about the legislature, we're talking about NPA, we're talking about water and sewer, where we weren't having a thinking. Today, I don't know why Liberians, our leaders are just into purchasing luxury vehicles, especially for Liberia, where we have more to do with money, but our leaders are just in the business. Imagine this time around, the EPA crossing the threshold above 45,000 to get vehicle. To do what, Liberians? But what the argument coming from the level of the House, the legislature neighbor of Benjamin County, he has said that Governor Kutumari, head of DSA, who gave this report to Senator Duncan, has been selective in the matter. But Liberians, we want you to look at this matter again and see. And with one question, we have now reached out pretty close to halfway mark to make this government 1 year and a half. Liberians, as we approach the 6 months of 2025 that marked 1 year, 6 months of the Children Human government, who do you think should leave now? Who do you think President Bwaka should relieve of the post? Is it Labor? Is it Commerce? Is it NPA? Is it LPRC? Is it Public Works? Is it EPA? Or do you think that there should be some reshuffle process? And if there is a reshuffle process, taking one person from there to another, where do you think somebody should go? If Sylvester Grisby at the level of the Ministry of State is leaving Ministry of State, where do you think he should land? If today Councillor Cooper Craft and Labor should leave and go to another institution, where do you think he should go? If today Amos Stewart, the most famous Secretary General of the Unity Party, who is currently there at LPRC, if you're leaving, where should he go? If Minister Dukley, if the Director General of Dukley, the Managing Director of Dukley is leaving the NPA, where do you think he should go? Where do you think some should go if there should not be a relieving post? If Ambassador Christopher Nanuga, as an presidential envoy on tourism, should lead tourism, where do you think he should land? If Ambassador Mohammed Barr, serving that position as enterprise as the presidential envoy, if he should leave to go somewhere, where do you think he should land? Where do you think, if there won't be a laying off, a relieving of a post, but there should be an eminent reshuffle, what's your suggestion? Today, what's on your mind? We'll take our break and listen to this. It's mesmerizing and will help us understand the Liberian politics. Let me take a break here and have you take a listen to this Friday and a pleasant welcome on the edition of the program.
Specialized in asset tracing. We have a month ago, we had the opportunity to invite FTI Consulting from UK. They are specialized in asset tracing and asset identification. And they came to Liberia upon our invitation, and we had discussion with high-profile government officials. And they have also promised the Liberian people that they will work along with the British government to ensure that the interest of this government is achieved to its end. The fact of the matter here that the president has given the fight against corruption the political will. That alone is an endorsement and encouragement on the part of the British government and those of our international partners that we are working with in Great Britain. Aaron has engaged the services of 2 international law chambers in the UK. And the law firms today, they are working along with us in terms of filing litigation papers, in terms of making representation. I had the opportunity to visit the United Kingdom in November where I was given the opportunity to have discussion and to review the filing process. We are now in the process to file our first petition at the High Court in Great Britain for an asset that was discovered and for the effort that will be made by our international partners. That process is on the way. AREP has established international engagement with countries in the sub-region. I'm happy to report to you honorable members of the 55th legislature that in the sub-region, our partners in countries and government are working along with us to make sure that Liberia recover all its stolen assets. And for the mere fact that this country, as you can see, Liberia has now put on the cap to fight corruption, and the president is now playing the lead way. And now what we need to do is that fighting corruption is not an individual priority. That is the business of the entire government. The three branches of government must cooperate respectfully in all its endeavor to ensure that corruption is fought. If you look around our country today, we notice the bulk of our problem is on the issue of corruption. And now, to conclude on our achievements, AREP has established international link with the Swedish government through the Swedish embassy. And the Swedish government has pledged its support to the government of Liberia that it will work along with us to make sure that those stolen assets that we pray for are brought back to our country. These are our achievements thus far in April. The challenges that we face. Legal constraint. If you look at chapter 4, subsection 4.2 of our criminal procedure law, which talk about time limitation. We believe that there should not be any time for the law provides 5 years. But we are saying that for corruption cases and other felonious crimes, economic sabotage, theft, there should not be any time bar. Once you attach a time bar to it, it's at the disadvantage of the government. So we are recommending to this honorable body to have that portion of the criminal procedure law amended. But there should not be any time bar to the prosecution of corruption cases and other theft-related cases. Then budgetary constraints. AREP has never been placed in the 2025 budget. We are not part of the 2025 budget. And we respectfully request honorable presiding, co-presiding officer, members of the 55th legislature to consider AREP in their recaps. Recap, Gary? AREP needs budgetary and support on this for the following reasons.
Because of the rule of law caucus, after you won the speakership election, you went a war. The law is the law. You sat in your seat and disrespected the very law you are saying the law is the law. I mean, what's the irony? I believe we want to send a message to the President of the Republic of Liberia. All is now well at the Capitol building. As we speak, I have 4 more gasolines that have been seized illegally by Richard Kuhn and his people. As we speak, 2 months of my salaries have not been paid. As we speak, my legislative projects have not been paid. The 2025 benefits have not been paid. How can we, or could we have gone to the president to put him under the impression that everything is well? Mr. President, everything is not well. I think Richard Kuhn is trying to chemistrate himself to a position of conflict again in the House of Representatives. We are doing everything to revert to avoid that, but we are not going to be afraid of them. When you bring peace, we'll continue to be peaceful. And if you think that you disrespect the law, we'll state our position. The remedy that we have is to go to court and erect the checkpoints. We know you always disrespect the court. Nobody should only respect the law when you think that the law favors you. When the law you think is against you, then you disrespect the law. Now you wore t-shirts And all of you were jubilating, the law is the law, but you came to disrespect Rule 54.1. So how are you going to penalize anybody if they disrespected any law? Because you are setting a precedent that will be detrimental, and we don't want to be part of that. That is our position. We're not going to be up and down and try to amateur or militarize this place. No, we are indecent people. We are very decent, and we are not going to encourage the culture any disrespect for the rule of law. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
So it's not time for questions. Please be recognized. Winston.
Thank you, sir. My name is Winston Bladden from Banner FM. You are not prepared to serve any committee on Speaker Richard Nambakon. Why are you going to pursue the legal level? You lost the big picture. Why can't this just be? We move on.
No, we are stating, let me tell you, because maybe somebody will be thinking, oh yeah, Honorable Marvin Cole was chaired on Rules and Order. As far as I know, I am the chairman on Rules and Order. So whoever does business with a person that Speaker Poon has appointed, that person will be prosecuted in a distant future to come. I can say that for free. Because there will be a government that will actually, and you will be accountable for your actions. If you disrespected the law, and then you think that you are going to go scot-free, 100 years, the law will go for you and you will account for what you are doing.
So follow up to my question, are you the only person at the table?
It's like another one has popped up and opened on the other side of it. But I want to remind you Liberians on today, as we take our break on this Friday, monkeypox is real. And it's about time that we reintroduce or place measures upon. I'm getting a report that 5 cases of monkeypox is currently in Maghibie County. And just imagine how far is Motorado, how far is Grand Bassa, how far is Bong. We got 1 case currently at the Dodo Town Health Center, 4 at the 14 Military Hospital. Qatar has confirmed 1 case within laboratory confirmations. I remember we already saw realization of the presence of cases into Mosororo County. This thing is real. I think we should stop to slow down because this thing is passed either from animal to human or human to human. That's it. And we should be very much careful now. There's too much shaking hands, there's too much hugging. You just don't know what the other person's carrying or person into the community. I know this is it, but it's important. Let's talk about something. Let me say today, Inspector James K. Bien, Inspector James K. Bien, I think he's hearing. Please answer me. If you done, we're going to go what the former vice president said, open up Pandora box. Inspector James K. Bien of the Liberia National Police. I was asking somebody that said, when the Loma people call your name 3 times, what does that signify? Maybe I'll just ask Sakandu, when the Gisi people call your name 3 times, what does that signify? When the Manu or Gio people call your name 3 times, or the Kwele people, or the Congo people, you know, we got self-imposed Congo people as a matter of fact, but when they call your name 3 times, what does that signify? Inspector James K. Bien, we want you to be promoted. You gotta be where there are a lot of responsibilities that come along, especially where you sit in a position, and Liberia depend on you so much. Let me close up by saying, hats up to you, Inspector James K. Bien of the Liberia National Police. Hats up to you. P1. They are warning. Let me say thank you. You know, this thing happened. Today's what's on your mind, but I want to draw your attention to something here. You know, when the president and CEO suspended of Nokai had this issue, there were a very huge public outcry. Elected while Representative Josiah Maviko is dismissing allegations by the civil service head against the former speaker and all that, up and down, wrangling, ranting, all that, in clarity. But when Liberians heard that Amimo Da were at the point of a purchase of a vehicle around 1995, there was this concern. When Liberia really man the resources of this country, when were they? And the most recent one was Rosalyn Sako-Dennis, President and CEO of NOCAD, suspended. Now it is surprising that the Senate Committee on Autonomous Commission is revealed an issue of a violation, and this time where they're pointing is a surprising thing. Even the president will hear this, he is surprised that the person naming this thing here should not have been. Because he didn't want to boy around that is so much perfect in this thing. The Committee on Autonomous Commission Agency went on to carry out issues, but then there was this controversial issue that has now been discovered at EPA. Let me tell you something. Government money is actually full play money. You won't buy a dream car to ride, they're not government money. Government want you to get vehicles that you will use to enhance the world of the people and not your dream vehicle. For instance, my own friend and brother, Ambassador Brooks, he often says a range. So if we give Brooks now is at the, for instance, at the ministry or agency as a head or the commission. So when government say go buy a vehicle to enhance the work, then he goes to purchase a range, whether it's the Arctic color or the more red or blue or the black one, of which is choice. It's absurd. Now to hear that Emmanuel Emmanuel at the level of the EPA has been caught in this thing here and they are making actions. Imagine. This controversial issue is involving a Toyota Land Cruiser purchase. 78,000 EPA. And another vehicle reported to be bought, reportedly, at 46,000. Is it not the same thing that Rosalyn, she used for the 75,000 to get two vehicles. But this one is 78 and 46. And this is intended for the use for pro officials, top officials of the EPA. For what reason? If this is true, somebody who should be going out there when we having broken down beasts coming to our country, they are now mining, bringing chemicals. We're having a lot of environmental violations that hamper the life of our people and the climate of our country and our forests. We were having somebody that would roll their sleeves to be out there, not just in Muscle County. You know, I'm so much flabbergasted when leaders, but not long, because when our leaders who are called to serve with the president, when they go to buy a vehicle, they buy a vehicle that they wanted too much comfort and luxury process. I don't get it. Then when you want to go to the people in the bush, you won't go to Yondia Play into Nima County. Then you hire one Toyota Land Cruiser from one rental service to go there. Then they put that you come in, but you come back and you get into your comfort. That's a testament to the people of this country. And government is saying that deficit should not exceed 45,000. What the hell? You live it, you can't buy 45,000 car for yourself. They will give you money to buy a car 45. Then you buy more than that. What are we living in here. And I think President Boga didn't come very high on this thing. If we tell you buy 45, you go buy 60, we sack you. You won't deserve it. Go wire keke what you want. Because I think you should work for your own money and buy your comfort. The one government gave you is to work. No wonder some of them are performing orgies in the vehicles. They are there doing all sort of horrible and unthinkable things because they want these things to resemble their beds. It was just Rosalie. Rosalie there went and took 75,000 with 2 vehicles and said this is 75. It brought heavy noise around here. The LCC, Council Central Cloman Zone, was calling her up on just within a few days. You gotta come and GS has to take the vehicle from her. Now we hear one man will take 78,000 Toyota Land Cruiser and then 46,000 with. Where are we with this? We have a monkey pox in our country. We should be building ETUs by now. We should be building holy centers by now. We should be procuring equipment, PPEs that will aid our people to make the thing reduce in this country. But all we hear now is vehicle. What's that? Vehicle man for this country. You arrived vehicle before? I don't understand this country. This country. And the government of Liberia, especially the Unity Party, had a very strong stand on this matter, saying that they created a design to prohibit military agency or state-run corporate organizations or corporations from acquiring vehicle price with such a cap. And they set a standard price by law and said, let us accept this. With the exception, only granting elected group of officials, including the president, the vice president, the speaker, the deputy speaker of the house, chief justice, and associate justices of the Supreme Court. Just recently, the government of Liberia purchased fleets of vehicles for judges or folks from the Supreme Court also, for the judicial branch of government. But the other funny people, they say one ride car that they never dreamed of riding. Now, Garba Kotiman, after this came up, presented 13 ministries and agencies. And Senator Duncan informed his colleagues that this is what he has seen. And that the EPA, there's a flag here on EPA. The 45 plus 100 for Toyota Land Cruiser from the EPA. And they say the next one is 78 for the project of Toyota Land Cruiser against again for EPA, according to Senator Duncan. And Senator Duncan is from Sano County. He's a member of the 55th legislature. Now, this report is coming from the GSA. And this is the irony and the controversial issues that is bringing the likes of Thomas Jaya Nimlin and other senators with this argument in. The likes of Senator Blembo Brown of Maryland County having issues of concern on this matter here. Why now is the GSA Garba Kotima only presenting 13 ministry and agency to the committee? Why? I'm asking him. Why? Among all, now single out the EPA that they describe have violated the procurement guidelines. And the other ministry and agency, they say have procured out of 45 or below 45. But only EPA is being caught up in the 13. But I'm asking to the Lagos Tomaya namely, why is just 13? Do we just have 13 ministry agencies in this country that government is set to procure vehicles for? This is serious. Now, this has brought an argument where the lawmaker told the now saying that the GSA report is selective. And I'm not questioning his own judgment on this report. But of recent issues that he has backed have always come out with serious criticism and a serious backlash. Let me just remind you, during the funeral rites of the fallen senator of Nima County, when he spoke at that funeral, the vice president came out very harshly upon him with comments he made. Remember, during the Senate hearing process with recent, there have been a lot of issues of criticism upon him. He served as chair on the committee. And his role in Liberia upheaval, remember, they were among several group of people who raised some matter with the establishment of World Economic Crime Court. But with Revelations, they said that they agreed along with the senator that at that time they have already agreed to sign on that the World Economic Crime will be established in this country. There have always been a serious rebutter and critical analysis of the senator's comment now and before. Let me clear. And he is now saying that there are other ministries, like for example, Ministry of State and Personnel Affairs. There have been issues there, purchase of vehicle, way far below, above the belt. Why is Garba not saying that? Some ministry agencies have procured vehicles of very high value, above 45. Why is he not saying this? This is serious. I am not saying or outright that this report is rightly on the EPA, but hearing this kind of news is disturbing. It's disturbing that we will see 78. Oh, Jesus Christ. Vehicle purchase at 98, 75, 60, 40. Then what the money was used to do the country, the people development. You're probably crying, no road, no water, no this, no that. They all you want, you just want set the point to the extent where they get so much aggravated, so annoyed that the day you go to them with that car, they will leave the car and point the car. That's what you want. Those who want to do those things. But if you work with your own money, buy your own car. That's how I would love when I have a conversation with former Minister of Justice, Councillor Peter Bonojala. He said, well, that's just it. Government buy a car for you. Government car, you won't go buy your own car. You won't go sit in the beer parlor. Be there in your own car. From where go home, table, change your clothes, where your touchy door, your homework form, where you have your orgy and things, whatever, anything you want to do, be in your own car, go park it, go inside it. You won't need it tomorrow morning, you go home to dress for work. That's your business. But don't carry government vehicle parking outside. You sit in one beer parlor and you feel that you enjoy yourself and you're spending some bucks and you're a big boy. No. Or a car you want to come and buy for you should be a dream vehicle. Let me catch my own friend and brother ambassador approach that he will use the practice to take government money to say you buy a range. Let him work for it. Let him take your money. That's your pride. That's what you want. That's why your children jumping on the seat in the vehicle with the dancing. That's your business. That's your own money. But it's not the government money. Government said 45. You know that librarians are still complaining about that 45. We take whole 45,000 to buy one car for minister or deputy minister or assistant minister or somebody to one institution. Then you know after 3 years, the lawmakers is you know the exceptional in that aspect. After 3 years, buy that one. But you buy that one for ministry agency. After 2-3 years, they say it has depreciated. They put it down. They say, oh, buy it. Then come back to the car for them. This was sure. But this kind of news is disturbing. It is actually disturbing for us to hear this coming from the EPA. But the EPA is one institution that Liberians ourselves have not been into all these things, but they've been very much key on working. I got Councilor Jala with me on the line. We want to weigh in on this issue here. I don't know whether during the days of Councilor Jala they used 45,000 to get the vehicle. I just don't know. Let me talk to Councilor Jala on the line. He wants to make his contribution. Council, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, you live, Council. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, this is better. It also individual benefit. In 1974, government, our director, the Ministry of Labor, Institute, all that is the same vehicle, no matter which ministry you go. All the system itself, the same vehicle, no matter what it is. All the work in this, all the sort of road, the city plans, 200, the road that was serious. The TGS road, that road did go, government had a garage there, which is still there. The reason for that was, it was cheaper than gladly city bought. Besides that, too, we have to spend a lot of money on the maintenance, the different garages that are mostly owned and sold also. And the bills are very high, a lot more. They show the government support.
Sure.
Besides that, too, you cannot be a cabinet minister or a city minister if you never own a bicycle. You know what you're going to do? You're going to damage government vehicle. There are some people that like government vehicles. Because government doesn't provide you for work, you treat your board, you get feedback. You go to GSA, you see some people. I spoke to everybody before. You got some cars there, brand new car, $40,000, $50,000 car. And that's a thing to move, and the thing is a lot. So, you know, we the people are the ones that bring our own car. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Jala. He's always succinct, precise, and to the point with issues. That's just it. And I agree with him. Why are we not having a uniformity of vehicles? Yeah. And this is bringing a serious conflict in the price level of things. The other minister riding this kind of car, the other people riding this kind of vehicle. There's so much. And like you said, imagine there are garages in this town owned by foreign partners or so. Some are Liberians though, but they are equipped to, for instance, you carry your vehicle there, they connect it to the computer and they tell you the product of it. But you go to the government or garage, they didn't get it there. The GSA, who should be buying vehicles for ministry agency, who is the controller of government property, is GSA only get a code. The ministry will buy their fleet of vehicles, then they tell you GFA call them, take the record, and send it back to people. I'm not understanding this. I'm not understanding this. Imagine, why are we not buying vehicles of our time? Why are we not sustaining government garages that will take care of government? And this is one thing I've never gotten settled in my head. You government, you won't buy something. Why not go to the manufacturer? For instance, I said you are procuring computers for ministry and agencies. If you want 250 machines, go to the manufacturer or the sole distributor and say this. And anytime you buy things in bulk, there are a lot of privileges given to you. Warranty, spare parts, maintenance issue, even training are even done. But the other ministry will buy from area A, they won't go area Z, they won't go so, they won't go so. Then you go low now, when they put it before government and you hear the money alone, you say, but then how will we face a role? How will we do health care? How will we have money for education? This is so much unthinkable in our society. It is. But it become a normal thing. I said something some time ago, my own observation. I've been here for a while now. You see procurement. You see finance. And program planning in the Drug Management Agency. They are the very high-tech manipulators in the system. And they will say government this, performance involved. And they want government to pay it. But the cut they will get is huge. If they say $10, they make it 25. Then they go into you. Then they see them with cars for doing. Imagine, government say, buy a car, they go to say, I got 75,000 privilege on buying a vehicle. But what I want, sending one is 45 like. But then I want to take one have a 10,000. So you're making 1,075. Then you go to government, say government 75,000, government pays the people, you benefiting 30,000. But if GSA was buying vehicle, GSA, even when GSA buying 45, I used to admire Charles Taylor doing the days. All lawmakers are using one set of vehicles, one set. When you see it coming and smoking, you know I love to go home. But with this is different. It's just hurting us more. It will help government. You go to procurement of tires for our very mechanic shops or garages around. Please give us new tires because we see that in the next, I'm going to pass the season, we will change all vehicle tires. You procure tires in bulk, divide into the places. When a transport carrier there, not going to tell us that you spend 250,000, whereas you only spend $75, then you go to you reach yourself. We don't want that crap coming to us. In a transport, get to the garage. The pilot they will put it there. I think when the mechanics are stealing from us, will be hearing something. Then you, the head of institution, be stealing from us. And to be frank, I really admire the EPA with their own set. I'm not stigmatizing or holding on anything. But this kind of news I'm hearing from the House that the House is currently probing to uncover this EPA purchase of 78 and 46 vehicle in violations of government guidelines is actually unthinkable. I don't think Dr. Emmanuel would have allowed himself to learn this kind of situation. Imagine he was a vice presidential candidate. They make you a head of an institution, EPA. When I followed his profile, I said, wow, he's gonna do a lot of good things in that area. And he started. The last times with the issue of pollution and noise disturbance, that Lone Star was fine. I don't know whether they are pretty fine. Chemicals procured in this country by mining institutions have been one of the major issues on the agenda. And nipping down illegal miners that are not following the EPA environmental laws of this country. He's been so proactive on that. But a cow on a car. Eh? Why? Let the House investigate. Like, let me say something. EPA, let me say EPA, not EPA, right? The GSA 2 is some kind of institution that the president not thinking about. I don't know what I be calling from Lufa County. I don't want to go that route. The GSA, historically, they are struggling to retrieve government assets. I'm not saying asset recovery, but it is so responsibility of GSA who like I said to you, they are the custodian of government property. They keep government property. When we want to know where government property is, we go to them, they tell us. In Maryland County, how many vehicles you got there? How many computers you got in the office? How many chairs? How many desks? Office chairs you gave them? But if someone thinking about the people bad, I want to they listen the number to GSA, then GSA send people there, they go code. I don't want to hear that myself. Because in modern day Liberia, you want to tell me GSA can procure? GSA is one of the most vibrant institutions in this country. But it's not happening. Oh my God. Oh Liberia. Where are we? Where are we really going? When you think so, the other one. When you know so, the other one. They went nothing on this. Yeah! Liberia. What wrong have the citizens done? And there's a reason why I'm really afraid Because there will be more corruption when our budget reach 1 billion. Because now they posted it 30,000, 40,000, 150,000. But when we reach billion, now they'll be sitting $1 billion. This is so serious. And this. That bureau, oh God, oh God, oh God. Let's take this break here. Let's take this break.
Of the salt, and the trees have just come falling and gone.
Why have to shut the tree? Why? Why? If you move, I take my place down. The tree that fallen the tree. The tree fallen. Why? You move if you take one step, I go boil.
Hey. Don't call the police. You guys right here at Burkina Faso. The guys in this video in this forest at Burkina Faso using cutlasses. They don't speak English, or they do this French.
Why?
See the trees that are coming down? Liberians, your forest is going.
Yeah.
Your forest is falling at the machetes of the Ivorians.
Plant the cocoa between the trees. Don't kill the tree, no. It's not good. Plant the cocoa between the trees. Don't cut the trees down.
This guy speaks no English at all. Let listen to what Agon is telling them.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling bad, man.
On vous dit, si vous faites un champ là, laissez les grands arbres. Grands arbres qui est là, tu vois que c'est
Burkina Faso right there.
Mais regarde comment ils ont. Regarde
Burkina
le
Faso right here.
pas bien.
And Burkina Faso right
Vous
here.
venez chez les gens et puis vous faites ça.
All young people that have come across the border from the Ivory Coast to destroy Liberia's forest and plant cocoa.
Il faut faire cacao là maintenant là. Il ne faut pas couper tous les bois avant de planter cacao. Il faut laisser les grands bois. C'est ça qui envoie la pluie. Hein? Tu comprends? Toi tu comprends non? C'est l'arbre là, c'est lui qui envoie la pluie. Toi, tu penses quoi?
You speak English?
Non, not English.
You speak English? You Burkina Faso?
Yes. Il comprend français.
Burkina Faso?
Il comprend français.
You understand French?
Yeah.
Tell them something that is not that is
Non, c'est pas bon. Ça là, aujourd'hui là, voilà, il est tombé sur une route là. Qui va venir couper ça? Celui qui attend là où bien.
Sorry, man. This is what they use. This is what they use. They work day and night.
I'm telling you.
To bring our forest down. And some of them are innocent. For businessmen, go for them in Ivory Coast, bring them to Liberia, promise them citizenship, promise them papers, promise to make them Burkina and Liberian citizens, promise to give them half of the forest in acres. It's like you brought 10 acres for me, and I in turn give you 10 acres for yourself. So they say yes to the deal. We show them the lucrative, and we send them out into the forest, and with the machetes. They don't come with yellow machines. They don't come with bulldozers, but they come with cutlasses. As small as they look,
With a chemical.
as ordinary as they appear. These are enough to bring our forest down.
to somebody here want to contribute. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Lucha. Let me start you.
Thank you. This is the father of Luca. Looking at I get you after every description most of the time. What can we do in this country to get rid of the way? You know, trying to give one way, yeah. Leader can, leader go, but it's saying how the thing happening. So, what can we do after Liberia? What we really do as a Liberian? Sometimes I get confused. So that I prepare, I ain't know what to say to God.
That's it.
To take our country, the beginning is great. But again, we all should be radical now. I think we'll be radical. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucha. 0775 919 919. What's on your mind to this Friday? Let us know what's on your mind. And if you want to speak to what we just discussed, speak what's on your mind. Today's the day. Forever, hold your peace. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I come on.
Go ahead. My taste is I'm doing
My brother, the team is put twin visa out, we learn our food. The school, I have like, they don't pay what university, you pay what university, they don't pay what teacher.
Oh, you use that too? Okay, you're not paying the post thing. What is the more coach? You're already ain't cooking for the post. You're supposed to do it. Good afternoon. Yeah, Samuel.
Thank you so much. Samuel, take over from all the society. So, let me just go after that to the SLS See, our people make news for bad reasons. They make news to display themselves rather than to play themselves. So, the regime of this country is not about every standard discussion in the corridor. People are trusted to perform certain tasks in certain positions. GSC is here to procure whatsoever government ministry and agency need. But what happened, they always allow individual or group who had a will important thing for themselves. This had a forest of corruption. So if for any reason that they have a GSC, maybe the foreign ministry wants certain vehicle, they want certain material. Let it be documented so they can go and buy and present it to the entity rather than somebody say, this thing is on the farm on the go, so the father tell me if the father actuality. No, our country, we are in trouble every time, Mr. President. We say this is not our usual, and it's time for us to say
and this story that coming on EPA, if that you will allow yourself to fall in the kind of problem, then it's sacking. Then you go for investigation. I don't expect that kind of news. I don't expect that kind of news to come from him, from an entity. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you doing, sir?
Because you asked me a question.
Yeah, go straight to
Thank you. You will go to your what's your point. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, but you know, that there is no, I concur with the former president, why there is no political pressure for those guys. He's trying to proper money, getting the citizens to be good, but every day, as you see, the president, I think we're going to go. Just even when what you are crying for their children, but you're taking from them for the crime order, because you are carrying it. There's no political pressure, we're having political pressure for the we're coming to see how that's we are really doing a lot of things with that, but there's no political system about God. So we're just we get tired.
Okay. Today is what's on your mind. Let's go ahead. Speak of forever hold your peace. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Biden. After that, what I started from the before. Mr. Biden, my questions have to do with the numbers of cars have been purchased by the government, and it's somehow frustrating to me. So let me quickly speak on it. Look, I strongly believe that this government, the entire motive is about cars. If my memory can set me free, I could remember Amin Moda got resigned because of cars. Rosalie Swakongo, over Dennis, it was car they did took off from this identical position. Now President Baka went about he is purchasing $1,000 of cars.
So why they are trying to tell us that all the life they want to live?
And after I remember that all of the cars that was bought under former president, those who went took it away. There were no vehicle materials for ministry agencies to function. They took everything away. Where they took it, nobody knows.
Yeah, Mr. Bob, but the fact remains that as we are concerned that this president inherited a 15 executive cars from the past government. So what President Bakassu is doing?
So the 15 cars I won't go to EPA, I won't go to Comrade.
For me, what am I discussing is his own personal car that he has said for 200,000 plus. So this entire government is about.
When the man buy a personal car, I'm gonna never do that. Okay, let me talk. Let me send to this school. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon to all the great Liberian people. I'm here in the Ghana State, now. Now what is on my mind is afternoon, like I want to say to President Brother, we beg you, sir. We actually should please look at your minister because some of the ministers you are going to power, some of them are not in the issue of the government and that with the people. You know, some of the people are thinking that they don't go over the way, so, oh, yeah, keep everything as well. I think we are saying, I think we are saying, you people is not in the issue of the Liberian people, they should step on it, whether it's the proper work of the Liberian people, because the people go to war, they will say, oh, Ghana, people will say, criticize. They want to spoil the image of this government, so you should be careful with the minister, and because somebody can lie, they wouldn't go and give full message, oh, yeah, everything is well, but which way they are not doing anything. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. I think today you want to point. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is most friend is calling from the GSA room. Thank you for the show. Okay, let me just make my info quickly. I think these vehicle purchase for inferior ministry should be decentralized. Government need to look at it. So I think government need to empower the GSA. Vehicle, and say for example, I think it would even cut down the expenditure for government. Go back to the GSA that will be responsible. For example, if you go to Toyota garage in Japan and you say you want 3,000 cars for the government, if government want to do working improvement, that car will come to Liberia, no duty free, come to the GSA back, and the GSA will be responsible to distribute these cars to the various agencies and ministry. So government officials will not decide which car to run. But this thing will continue to flag and the ambassador when there is no system. So one minister will say that if I say it's on the now 100,000 vehicle because there is no system. After we need to refer to the GSA, let it be a law that I can purchase vehicle for government, you come for the GSA. Also Japan, also other states buy a category of car. Each minister maybe do it by category. Minister will carry the car, the other person will carry the car. So it will even help to boost the security system, to boost police and other things that have shortage of vehicle. If you can tell me that you buy a over 4,000 car for GSA for Japan and that will come in Labrador, then you say government will have cash for operation. It's impossible. We exclude for that and more and pay straight to the continent. So if you will see that all the criteria will not be discussing already.
Yeah. That's a student suggestion. Good morning.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah. Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Thank you. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, we gotta get on a better line. Let me talk to the counselor. Councilor Jana is joining us. He's following the program. Councilor, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, Councilor. Go ahead. You're live on the radio.
Yeah, Commission of Formal Higher Regulation in 1970, whereby people that use cars are compelled to 10% of the value of the consignment in 5 units maximum. So that to make sure that we all do the value. You know, there's been many rules. It is in common sense right now. And there's mostly people who drain the car. The total value of consignment has to have 10% of that in spare parts. That's new parts. We have like for the contract.
Yeah.
So this revenue has
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Council. Unless we change our attitude with that code, it's just our attitude based. Why we? Oh my God! Oh my God! You see that? And if these regulations are followed upon, it will even help. If we are procuring vehicles, spare parts, 10% of such come back to you, it's very important. Because some of the cars you go to no light. Some of the cars they all want spawn and no spark plug. And some of the cars are parking for some. What's this? So it's Friday home. Yeah, it's important. It is important for this country. And I want to borrow the word from Councillor Jara, if we don't change our attitude, it's just like what man said. The men go to school, just go. What man, you go to school, just go steal. You go to school to learn book, graduate, to the back to deal with them now. They just giving that job. I pray. So you put all your best behavior on until they get you a job now. You got a hidden motive and agenda. You start to explore against the very system. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, my name is MP Engineer. I am calling from the area precise. You see what is happening in our country by electing, by appointing incompetent people who say that they are competent to do the job, and they are coming back to us, lying to us. They want 45,000, 80,000, 90,000 over cars. If I was DSA, if I was working in DSA as one of those directors, I think Pafana could be one of them, because today we can give them 45,000 over cars, and today we can come back to us, legally performing as duty.
Sure. Yeah. Good afternoon. Forget about us, man. You ain't around here.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Moses White calling from the Watchtower organization.
Yeah, go ahead, Moses.
Yeah. Me and my dear brother, this thing is not about this car is what you buy. Well, it's a car that no one had anything for the trouble to get there, and the president said, I don't care. I can't really allow we power. If the president riding car that costs $1 million, what do you expect the disabled to do? The Bible says, be an example that all of you see and follow. So the example is worker. The car you ride today, animal not riding a slow car again, he can't get around with the power. Then why should they suspend or struggle with it? Then they want to buy out. So and the third kind of president riding by. So my country, we correct the GSA logo of project thing. Then what's the function of GSA? The General Service Agency, they're responsible. By the end of the day, for projects are who send their bill to GSA, as we said, we are cooking the experience. So I'm going to find out if I go pay 25,000, after the money running up to 50,000, I pay my bill. GSA, okay, the next week give the money, I get my cost. I can't contribute because the president is the president to be an example. And the car the president rides, so what you expect the trouble to do is to do what? The president will set an example that every official government ride adapted to do on a $20,000 US car, every ride maker.
We don't know for people for the putting right. The president currently is in Grand Bassa County. He's there to visit. he's there to visit the Liberia Special Economic Zone Authority site into Grand Bassa County. There he is currently. Let me talk to this caller here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Speaker here from calling for you every year. If I tell you, I see what's wrong with you. When I call you, oh, put my phone here, I'll be doing. Hello?
You see there again? You talking there, I'm gonna say yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, but if I always see my phone, anytime I call on the show, we always see the call. I want to walk on my mind, you always my phone.
Well, you go ahead now. You're on the line. Go ahead. Go. What's on your mind? Okay, go ahead. I can't see you. I don't know you. How? My apology. Brown, I want to apologize to you in a public manner, please. It is not what you think. I beg you, please. Please. Remember that they are, even imagine as I'm talking to you now, there are others on the line waiting. So while you are holding the line and I'm making a contribution, others are there. That's why I said to you, collect all your thoughts when you get on the line. The moment you get on the line, propound, because we'll follow the cause. So I want to say to you, my apology. It's not anything intentional, my brother. Please. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead.
Before then, they asked him to be some by the foreign trade director, but the minister then are coming is in charge of the army. When brokers go for RP at the ministry, they will say they want to contaminate. The contaminant started the broker, this is why he's saying the broker on the video do it well. They don't want to talk to the broker. And the response after they abandoned to the ministry, they kill family. And the people are going through stories. And this is encouraging this one because the people are listening. Because we encouraging the business people. So I'm calling on President Biden for anyone and one that they comment minister.
Okay.
I mean, protest. So they call the minister, the teacher.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, go on back, go ahead.
Okay. My question has to do with the matter with the Doko College. Is it a government the king to fight corruption? At the University of Nigeria, people go there, they spend years there to get a 1 BSc degree. Now, the government maneuver in way, in not even assess the student, in way that they get that kind of document, and they go get that kind of job at the college. Now you see the government looking at it for the government business. People are being dismissed at the university, and the government looking at it, they don't want to release the name of the people. So I'm calling upon the government, I'm calling upon the bankers to see to the government is immediately released of the post.
Yeah.
To fight corruption in the place. So
Okay.
they are saying they are corrupt, fighting against them.
Yeah.
They should leave them alone.
Okay. Yeah. You make that's a say. Yeah, I tell you immediately release the Okupo because he lied. That's a crime. Good afternoon, my final caller for today. You my final caller for today. Good afternoon.
JB will all hear from United Party. Then please no back. Then no back now. The people that will bring them for their hands, everything for them.